cap to Coach Sanders and East Tennessee State. They did a great job of executing their plan and shortening the game, and got to congratulate them on a great win. For us, this is a learning moment as a program, an indicator of where we are and where we need to start building from. And obviously, like I said, I got a locker room full of players that are very disappointed, but we can't do anything about what we experienced tonight. It's about moving forward for us. And so with that, happy to open up to questions.
Teresa, go ahead.
Clark, some of the issues on offense, how much maybe did rotating between Ken and Mike maybe limit your ability to build any kind of rhythm there on offense? And, is that something that maybe you can reconsider moving forward, the rotation?
Well, I think, we'll reconsider, a lot, but I don't know that the rotation of quarterbacks caused the pre-snap penalties. We had, a couple of false starts. We had a chop block that happened, obviously, post-snap, a couple of holds. I mean, that has nothing to do with the quarterback play. The plan was always to get Mike involved. I think there was a feel that, at the midpoint of the game, second, third quarter, you're really just trying to produce a spark, and that was really kind of the mindset there. But I don't know that the quarterback, the rotation of quarterbacks impacted rhythm. I think there's more accountability to that in the penalties. But certainly, we're gonna look at everything and come up with a better path to win against Colorado State.
Gentry, go ahead.
Yeah, Clark, you mentioned, this is an indicator of where we are. How surprised were you by what happened tonight?
Well, listen, I mean, surprised. We respect every opponent we play. And, if you look at East Tennessee State's spring schedule, you see that they played every game tight. They had a way of playing keep away on offense. They extended drives, they managed clock, and they were able to win some games. And that part of it doesn't shock me. What I am disappointed in was our performance. I knew East Tennessee State was going to bring their A game, and what I wanted from Vanderbilt's end, from our end, was that we bring ours as well. And it's a process of taking preparation to performance. That's something I've spoken about before, and learning how to win. And so, not shocked, obviously extremely disappointed, and believe in our team, and just looking to answer the questions we didn't answer so that we can have a better performance next week.
Joe, go ahead.
Clark, just in terms of the trenches tonight, would you say that, I guess that you guys struggled there more than you would have anticipated? I mean, it was as simple as at times they were winning up front more often than you would like?
I think that I would have loved to have seen us spring some runs, especially as we were able to get rhythm and tempo going. Also feel like there were times that able to pressure our quarterback through the middle. We'll have to look at the film to find the specifics of where the breakdowns were. But I feel like they played a sound game on defense. They swarmed the ball. We got into the second and third level at times at running back, and we weren't able to make a player miss. They tackled well. Even when the ball was on the perimeter, I thought they tackled well, and we weren't able to break them. I mean, you can't, when you're not able to play explosively on offense, you're going to have trouble scoring touchdowns. And that was the story. And, when we finally broke through, it was a penalty, illegal man downfield. And that's where we can't self-sabotage our drives. So, whether or not we won or lost, down in and down out, that'll be measured off the film review. Certainly, was it good enough? No. And so we have to look for the path to be better.
Aria, you're up next.
So to go back to the quarterbacks, first of all, was it your plan to kind of alternate Ken and Mike on different drives going into the game? What was your strategy for quarterback usage? And also just, what do you think led to both of them kind of struggled tonight? So, they both had their moments last year. So what do you think led to their struggles tonight?
Well, the plan was always to use both. We wanted to get Mike in sometime, early in the second quarter, just to give him a chance to run the offense. I think at that point too, we were also looking for a spark. So wanted to see what he brought, and there were some things that he did with his legs. We have a drive going and we have an unblocked edge player that creates a sack and kills the momentum of the drive. So, I mean, it was part of the plan. We felt like he was giving us something there that got some momentum going. He can change the game with his legs. And so that was kind of the reason for the switch coming out of the half. And then, we didn't get enough possessions in the third quarter. I mean, East Tennessee State did a great job of extending drives. Our defense needed to hold the line. If we're going to win that game, we got to get more possessions for our offense. And weren't able to do that. And so as far as their play, I mean, in game one and as a new team, it seemed like that Ken was pressing early and kind of had trouble making some of the routine throws that he makes in practice. We were pressing a little bit, I feel like, but for that position to click off, there needs to be a lot of synchronization from the other 10 players on the field. And so, we'll look at the film and figure out where the breakdowns were, what created the confusion for the quarterback, and again, find where the improvements are, and we'll make them. But it's discouraging. I know that both those guys are extremely prideful and they're disappointed. But I'm proud to coach them, and I'm excited to get back to work with them and see where we can help them enhance their game.
Chris Lee, go ahead.
Yeah, Clark, sometimes in practice or leading up to a game, you have a sense as a coach that maybe your team is not going to be at its best. Were there any warning signs during practice or any point during the week that maybe things weren't going to go as you thought they might in terms of them playing at their potential?
Yeah, I don't know that there was elements in the preparation. I thought the guys had a good focus and a good intensity in their prep. The thing that I knew is you're taking a new team into a new experience, and we're playing against a veteran team that played a spring schedule that has an identity, and they stay true to their identity. Look, they capitalized on our mistakes. We made too many of them. They shortened the game. They took possessions away from our offense. We turned the ball over, and we weren't able to finish drives with touchdowns. And it becomes that simple. And it doesn't matter who you play. Those are things that will cost you games no matter what. And so I didn't see a lack of effort or a lack of attention to detail. We did not lose focus late in the week. It wasn't that we were just kind of saving ourselves for game day. I didn't feel that way at all. But also am very aware that this is a new experience for this team, and so we have a lot to learn about taking the fight to the opponent, and obviously limiting mistakes and putting ourselves in position to get the results that we want.
We'll go Robbie and then Chris Harris after that.
Hey, Clark, it seemed like in the passing game there were a lot of like back shoulder fades and sort of touch throws, stuff like that called. Is that how you want the offense to look this season? Is that something specific to ETSU that was in the game plan? Where are you guys at on that?
Well, we feel like we have size at receiver. And so part of having size at receiver is we want to be able to get the ball in one-on-one situations and 50-50 balls and win. Sometimes coverage dictates where the ball goes. And so on some of the inside fades or the slot fades, we gotta throw a better ball to give the receiver a chance. And then on some of the one-on-ones on the outside, we got to win. And that's obviously an element of an offense that if teams are going to load the box and they're going to create one-on-one matchups on the edges, we need to be able to attack those. And so I wasn't displeased with the tactics. I was displeased with the execution and obviously the result. And so, where we can mix in some rhythm and timing throws, obviously, as the game extended and we got late and we kind of got some timing throws to the curls and to some of the spacing patterns, we found rhythm, and some of that was based off situation, and some of that's probably just based off the fact that we kind of got into sync between quarterback and receiver. But again, what wasn't disappointed in the tactics, we got to win, we got to finish plays, and then when we do get momentum and drive, we can't self-sabotage with penalties and mistakes.
Chris Harris, go ahead, and then Joe Rexrode will finish it up with you.
Clark, just curious, what did tonight maybe tell you about how far you may have to go with this rebuild and what the journey may look like in order to get there?
Well, this is a tough result to stomach. I mean, but listen, I didn't sign up for this, or we as coaches and as players, we understand that part of being in the arena of competition is you're going to learn a lot about yourself. There are going to be good results and there are going to be bad results, and we have to make the choice to win the response. That's as simple as it is. Where does it tell me where we are in the rebuild? Hey, look, we have a long way to go, but I mean, I knew that heading into the season. We can cover that ground quickly if we set our intention to learning from this, not letting this define us. We can be disappointed, but let's not be defeated. Let's understand that this is game 1 of 12 scheduled games this season. And so let's use it as an opportunity to fuel us forward, and maybe a moment that expedites our progress towards the program that we know we can build here. And so this has always been about the vision for the future at Vanderbilt. It's never been about just playing East Tennessee State on September 4th. This is about how we build this program to sustain success over time. And this can be a critical learning moment for everyone involved as we move forward.
Joe, go ahead.
Sorry about that. Clark, it seemed like they really got a boost from the pass. It was against Jalen to Murray there in the second quarter, like a 43-yarder. Right before that, you guys got to the 37. Did you consider at all trying to kick another long field goal from that spot?
There was a slight wind in front of us. I was pleased with the first kick. I just, we needed to look at tipping the field, and there was a couple of long games in the passing game that flipped the field for them. We got to do a better job of playing the ball in the air and playing the double move. And those are routine plays for us. That's not asking people to play above, their abilities. It's just making the routine play and staying on top of routes and playing the ball in the air. It's stuff we do every day. And so that's where I would maybe focus in those situations is, how we strengthen our coverage in the secondary to make those plays and not allow for the field to flip that way.
Coach, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
And thank you guys. Appreciate y'all.